Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday night's Messages of Love from Above. At least it is Saturday evening where I'm at. Happy Sunday morning to you all on the other side of the planet. And we'll get started here in just a moment, Tito. Let me just get my desktop all set up and we will get going here. I did want to make sure everyone is aware that this is the end of September. You're like, "No, no kidding." I almost cussed on the YouTube. Um, but the reason I'm saying that is, but I hear this video. It talks about my end of the month, drawing that I do. There's 3 ways to win, and, and it talks about that in the video there. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in getting into winning some free content. And so that is available there. And then also, just to make sure everyone's aware, every Monday, I do have a Moon Day Monday video that I put out that talks about the energy of the week for the moon energy, and then any other kind of planetary important things that stand out to mention as well. So, in this one, we talk about the Aries super full moon energy. We talk about also what happened today. Mercury is completely out of its post shadow of its retrograde. So, great time to launch things. I also post to my social media and to the community page on YouTube. I am on Facebook and Instagram. Uh, Anytime there's a change in the moon energy, I post a little something there too. So if you're not following that, all that information's in the description box of the video, so you could stay up to date and go, "Oh, what energy is coming in?" and be aware of the moon, the moody moon energy, right? And then on Tuesdays, I do put out a Take 10 with Zen, which is a short video that talks about how to connect with spirit or our higher selves. And I answer questions from my subscribers. This week was a question from one of my subscribers, Daijone. Hey. Thank you again for asking the question. And it's why when I'm around people, does it feel weird? Is it because they're toxic or because I'm toxic? And it was some great information that came through when we asked Spirit. So if you want to check that out. And then each Wednesday, I do have a What's Up Wednesday where we do a pick a card asking Spirit. I've been changing up my pick a cards where every other week, whenever there's a new moon or a full moon, we talk about the energies of that moon and then have a pick a card regarding that. And then also we've got let's see, what else do I do? Oh, each month, the sun changes zodiac signs. And so the week that that happens, in between those two, I have a special birthday reading for whatever. So Libra, happy birthday, Libra, sun signs and sun babies. If you check out the video from a couple weeks ago when we moved into Libra, there's also a special 3-month forecast for you in there. And then next week is the off week where I'm going to start doing pilgrimage meditations. And what I mean by that is we'll pick a spiritual type of energy location somewhere on the planet and even off the planet. I feel we're going to go, but we do a meditation to go visit it and see what information comes through. And then there's a pick a card around that too. So be sure to check those out. Those are all free. And then also just an announcement that not every, but for the rest of 2023, I have 50% off most of my services, my Hedges of Peace and Love, my Wishing Upon a Star Astro readings, and then also my pre-recorded personal readings. And what those are is you send me your list of questions. I ask Spirit, I record it, and then I send you the link to the YouTube video that's private to you. It's a special link, and then you get your answers. Like the 15-minute person recorded reading is $5 right now, and all the pricing is listed in the description box of the video. And after this session, we will head off and go to my praying mantis session. So about 7:55, I will head out, just 2 hours from now. That's by going a little early to do all the blah blah blah, and so it doesn't impact the reading time. And so if you're interested, after every one of these free readings, I do have a special reading session for my Praying Mantis members, my YouTube memberships, and it's 7.99 a month, and you get access to every single one of those after these free readings. And on Thursday nights, we have a special 2-hour Q&A where we talk about spirit and answer questions about myself, and we pull oracle readings and past life readings and talk about astrology and whatever we're wanting to talk about. So and you also have advanced access to the next Moon Day Mondays, to Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays, and the pick a cards too. So if you're interested, again, all that information's in the description box of the video. So there we go. That is what we have going on. So if you're new to my channel or new to my readings, welcome. First of all, so happy to have you here. We got a great group of individuals who have huge hearts and great senses of humor. So welcome. And it talks about, if you do want to make a donation to prioritize your reading, I'll go deeper into those too. It talks all about that in the description box of the video. Talks about how all that works as well. So I do have a donation that came through. So Cambria, thank you so much for your donation. And Latoya, well, I don't know what to tell you, Latoya. It looks like Cambria's went through okay on Cash App. Um, if that doesn't work, I also have some other alternatives. Um, but I'm not sure what to tell you there. Sorry that it's giving you a hard time. So Cambria, um, go ahead and pop your question down there, and you will be up first. There you go. Boom. So will you have the finances to go to Atlanta, Georgia with your friends next Saturday, October 7th, for your birthday weekend? All right. Well, we'll double check here. It sounds familiar. I feel like I pulled cards on that, I think. But we'll see if things have changed. Because I felt like it wasn't going to be next weekend, like the birthday weekend, but I feel like you were going to be able to go and celebrate on another weekend. But let's take a look here. Well, okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Cambria, I happy birthday, first of all, happy early birthday to you. If you haven't checked out, I mentioned I have a pick a card reading a couple weeks ago when we went around September 23rd, whatever is that week, that has a special 3-month like forecast for all Libra sun babies. So be sure to check that out because you might have some extra information there. But you got the Hanged Man, which is the pausing. So I'm like, yeah, it doesn't seem like that it's gonna unfold that weekend there. And we've got the Two of Pentacles. It seems like there's some balancing out that's happening. And the Three of Wands is a change of plans. It's, I wanted to do this, but okay, I'm going to do this instead. And so it might be delayed a couple weeks. Just with this Two of Pentacles is balancing that comes in the outside world through that. And so I do feel like it is delayed. We do have the Knight of Swords and the Five of Swords. Five of Swords represents conflict, like in communication or, in the outside world. And the Knight of Swords is this pursuit of seeing things from a higher perspective that cuts away some fears, cuts away some inner conflict or mental conflict that's happening as well. This could be with people or it could be inside your own head, but you do have this knight who's in the pursuit and questing for the Ace of Swords. And this Ace of Swords is what allows this clearing out of fears and those things. And everyone will understand, if it's like, I wanted to do it for my birthday, but rather than it be, stressful and have fears attached to it and stuff, It's like, "You know what? I'm gonna do it on this date," you know? And I remember the reading because they're bringing back to me that I said, "And after all, it's not a birthday day, it's a birthday month. I personally celebrate all year long. It's my birthday year." So, hopefully that helps out here, but, I feel like it's just gonna be delayed, just by a couple weeks, and, it just allows things to be so much more stress-free and opportunities coming in too, so, just trust, with the hanged man there, it is delay, it's happens on purpose, for a purpose for you. Yeah, again, 5 of Wands, there's this conflict that comes up, and I feel like there's conflict that is avoided too by the delay because 'cause you've got 2 fives here, which does represent conflict both of mind and energy and, fieriness. So, I do feel like it ends up being even a better time than you can imagine because of this delay. And we do trust here, yeah. Yeah, because 'cause you've got the World card here on the bottom. And yeah, and wow, yeah, all of this coming in here. The world card is victory, and it's ending of old cycles, beginning of new cycles. But you've got two fours, which is stability here. You've got mental stability and emotional stability that come in, peace of mind, peace of heart that comes in. And, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to do things different. You can celebrate where you're at for your birthday and then plan this getaway for later in the month. And maybe it's Halloween or something. I don't know, but that's a special. Um, it's beneficial for you for the waiting of it in a lot of ways. So maybe you avoid a conflict that would happen if you go at that time in Atlanta. Maybe I don't know, but I just feel like there's definitely happening for you, as always. Everything always does. But that's what's coming through right now, Cambria. So happy birthday to you and hang in there and enjoy your birthday month. Woohoo! All right. And that's what they have. So many, many blessings to you. And again, thank you for your donation. I really appreciate that. All right. And Latoya, hopefully that Cash App will stop giving you a hard time. We'll send energy to it right now. Tell it to behave itself. But I'll keep looking here, and if it does go through, well, actually, I'll get an email, but you can let me know as well. All right, so we'll jump up to the free readings here, and you are very welcome, Cambria. All right. So, Daisy, you are the first free reading coming up here. Hey, hey. So, what does Spirit want you to know about your upcoming papers that you have to write? You're confident in your writing. Very good. But you tense up sometimes. So, also, you got an invite. Ah, very nice. Well, well, well. Ooh la la. Look at you. Congratulations. That is awesome. I love that for you. So let's take a look here and see. What does Spirit want you to know about your upcoming papers here? Yeah, we have it here. We like this confidence coming in here with the Emperor who steps up and stands up for, what they are wanting, what they're wanting, um, you know, to happen in their life, right? They get a lot of blah, blah, blah in their ears. And I feel like that's what comes in here is like, really zero in your confidence, right? Knowing that you're the one that gets to decide what anything means. That when anyone judges your paper, it's an opinion in their writing. They're like, well, we've got years of experience to tell you what your paper means and whether it's good or not. It's like, well, that's your opinion, right? And so if you look at grades and that's an opinion of what things could be. In fact, there was something I read here in this book, You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And it talked about let's see. It talked about grades and how, how we're taught that, oh, it means something about our, you know, our worth and who we are, etc. But it's like it's actually a check-in, and I liked how they had it here. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. Did you understand that tests and grades were only to see how much knowledge you had at a given time? Or were you a child who allowed tests and grades to measure your self-worth? So I liked that because it does bring awareness around tests that they're just a evaluation of the knowledge we have at the time. Doesn't define our self-worth. We're learning, we're growing, right? We don't have to have perfection in the eyes of other people. It's like, what am I learning? What am I growing from? And I like this that, type of energy coming in with the Emperor of standing up. And then the moon card is Mother Luna, mother yourself and allow this fullness to come in here. Be aware too, of this energy of the moons and the cycles, and understanding that as you're going through everything that, sometimes we can feel like we're going through schizophrenia, where one day I'm feeling this and a couple days later I'm feeling that, and then this and then that. Well, it's because the moon moves through different signs every 2 to 3 days. We start off with fire energy, and then we move into earth energy, and then we move into air energy, and then we move into fire. Not fire, water, and then we move back to fire, and then earth, and then air, and then water. And it's a constant cycle where we're like, whoa, 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 whoa. But when you realize what the energies are of the moon that are impacting our emotions, we can make the most of that in our writing, right? It's like when the moon's in an air sign, there's connects you to communication, right? If you need to get in tune with your emotions, then during water moons, right? If you need extra oomph to get your butt moving on something, look at the fire moon energy. And you can follow it. Every Monday I put out a Moon Day Monday that talks about the moons of the week. But if you want even more, of course, there's tons of information on the internet for free, or you can even purchase a moon, like a moon type of tracking calendar, which this is the one that I use. That really, really uh, right on the money here. I like the Daily Planetary Guide. So that's what they have for you, Daisy. So they're like, you'll be fine. Just step into your confidence, allow yourself to flow and understand the energies of the moon. All right. So that's what they have for you, doll face diva. So many blessings to you. And you'd like a um, doll face diva. So Daisy, many blessings to you. I think I jumped ahead. But doll face diva, you're up next. So thank you, General, for this next week. Let's see what's coming in here for you. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. So we do have this week of really stepping into the divine femininity and in the power of your emotions. Because the Five of Cups here, normally we're focused on the spilt cups, the lower vibrational energy, but you've got this new birth, this Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So it is a week of nurturing yourself and um, giving to you, and it is this birthing that comes in here. You have the Two of Cups, which is your power of emotional choice, which you're realizing, like, nurturing yourself. You're like, I don't need to like nurse old wounds. I can make a choice emotionally of choosing higher vibrational instead of the lower vibrational of fears. And there is this birthing that happens, this sensuality, this it just feels very warm and comfortable. So I like this for you next week. It's like there's an opportunity to realize, well, those are the old emotions, and I've had enough of that. It's like a soda that's been left out overnight. It's kind of flat. It's kind of bleh. I'm pouring that out, and I'm opening my cup up to being something different. But I'm focusing on me and not other people and your emotional energy, I feel next week is focused on you in a positive way. And I like this for you. It does feel like transformational, transitional energy. You know, the old has done what it needed to do, and you're ready for a different choice on the emotions that you've been feeling. So I like it for you. That's what you have for next week. So many blessings to you. All right. So Rhonda, you are up next. Hey, Rhonda. Um, Absolutely. My pleasure for being on here. And hopefully you saw I did get to your question. I don't think I got to it this morning. So when I went on about an hour before this session, I did get to yours. So if you want additional information on what Spirit wanted for you, be sure to check that out. And you'd like a love reading. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about love right now. All right. Nope, none of those. Feels like there's just some choices to be made, because as I was trying to I was, like, drawn to some cards, but then they were like, "No, not no, no." When I reached for it, they were like, um, it's not that they changed their mind, they were showing me, "Well, here's a card. No, 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 that's not for you. But what about no, no, that's not it." I'm like, "Well, why are you making me see it? So that you learn to listen." I'm like, "Wow." So I love this, that you're learning, yeah, to step into your power here. Yeah, I like this for you. So your love reading here, you've got the emperor, who the emperor steps up, even though they've got all the blah, blah, blah in their ear of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's, a lot of opinion from their advisors, all these people telling you how you should live, who you should be with, what love should look like, who you should be with love, how it's supposed to unfold, all these roles. And it's the king, the emperor separates everyone out of the throne room, says, "Okay, everybody, step out of the throne room. I'm going to make decisions for my empire because I am the emperor." And there's this Aries new beginning energy that comes in where you're making choices and you're putting formation around what you're wanting and how you're wanting to go towards love. You've got the Six of Cups here, and the Six of Cups is this nostalgia type of card. And I like this, you know, information here. And I like this. There's this great um energy of past life connection. The Six of Cups has been coming up a lot lately, and it's not about exes coming back or people from our past in this lifetime. Has to do with that we're becoming aware of these connections that we have with individuals in this, um, past life, like below the surface in our subconscious. We feel this. Well, why do I feel connected to them? Why do I feel like I know them? And why is this unique, deep connection? And that's what's coming for you here. But it takes the emperor standing up, going, okay, I'm letting go of what I know isn't for me anymore. And I'm making decisions for me and not trying to please everyone else. What will people think? Blah, 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 right? It's this release that's coming in here. And the Six of Cups represents someone from the past that's coming in, from past lifetimes. And it's many lifetimes, which is really cool. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that it was romantic in the past, um, but in this lifetime, it is to be that, and you're going to have this connection that is unlike anything that you've had before, and you're just going to be like, What is this? What? Whoa!" So I like it for you, Rhonda. It's very freeing, this energy with the emperor, and then it's like taking a big deep breath and allowing things to fall away and to move in your direction. And then upon this journey that you're taking, then this person comes alongside of you and you're like, wait a minute. We've talked before that you deserve to be with someone like yourself, and this is someone who is very much like you, in the giving and the sharing and the communicating, the very high in communication and understanding, where we're at, where do we stand, where we're headed, what's going on. They are very comfortable with that, and they want it as well, instead of it being like, oh, here we go again. Where are we headed? What do we mean to each other? They're not like that. They're just like, so, um, so what are we? Are we like dating now? And you're like, wow, it's refreshing, right? But that's what I feel is coming in for you. So many blessings for you, Rhonda, my dear. And that is what they have for you. So, Dijona, hello, hello. You are up next, and you'd like a general reading. So let's take a look here. All right. Where does Spirit want you to go? Ooh, change of direction. Well, okay. I see here you've got the 3 of Wands is a change of direction, right? And the reason why there's a change that you are initiating is because of this King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles learns so much about their worth in relationship to the outside world, and they've gone through the entire suit of the Pentacles. And one of the big things they learn is where they define their worth by. And we're told define it by relationships, situations, things, the outside world, right? Totally unstable, totally constantly changing. And the king learns and realizes that is not going to bring me stability, and they eventually turn inward and upward, and that's where they find the solidness in themselves and the stability of their worth, because it's based on the eternal unconditional love of the spirit realm rather than the fickle unstable outside world. And because of that, because of where you're moving in with this, where you're um expanding in that area of your life and how you relate your worth in relationship to the outside world, it opens you up to being willing to take risks, being willing to go in a different direction than you had thought you would ever think you could before. But you've been doing so much inner self love work and going, what am I fearing? And clearing away fears, that there's like this opening that's happening in your life, these paths that are available, that are open now. And you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to go this way. This is really what I want. So I like this for you. And don't be afraid to live your dream and head off to do what you're wanting to do. It's just about stepping out of the fears and realizing you're the one who defines your worth, not anything in the outside world. So we're not afraid to take chances and leap, because I'm the one that decides what it means if I don't quite make it the first time, across to here, but I make it halfway, and then I leap the other half. It's like I am the one that gets to decide where I'm heading. It's not failure, it's experience and progress. I've learned so much, and we're the ones that decide. So I really like that for you, Dijona, and that's what's coming in for you. So I like it. I like it. So many blessings to you. All right. Love 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, hello. Take a sip here. All right. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. And you wanted to know here, you were very welcome. Um, so how will it be working with AR? And then also you had asked, it looks like another question of how October will be for you. So we'll bring that in here. So we've got working with AR, and then how October will be for you. All right. How's October going to be for you? All right. Well, here we go. So you've got the 2 of Wands. So how would it be? Well, it would really depend on your energy and your focus, as they always talk about here. But the 6 of Swords it would allow you to leave some old ways of thinking behind and move into some new ways of thinking. And there's this definitely movement of thought and belief and mindset through that experience. And you also have the high priestess coming in here. And the high priestess is like she steps away into her high priestess temple, connects higher, looks behind the scenes, dives deeper. So it would definitely get you thinking about things in your life, but I almost feel like it's not quite hermity energy, but I feel like it would be a little bit more separate. I'm not sure if it's a work from home position, but it almost feels like you would spend a lot of time independently working in some ways. And the Six of Swords shows collaboration too, but I feel like there's a lot of independent work that comes together. Um, for short bursts of togetherness, but a lot of independent working and then bringing the work together. It just feels like that kind of energy. And the Two of Wands is, again, the whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. Like attracts like. So they're like, it could go either way. I feel like there's this opportunity. There's challenges because I feel like they do things differently. That's why the Six of Swords is like you have to leave some old ways of thinking behind and take on their ways. Um, and I feel like, with this Two of Wands, you have this opportunity to really thrive in it, with your choices. And, there's this, um, you know, choice of where you're investing your energy of what grows into it. So I don't feel like it's a faded place to work, or if it's working with a certain person. I don't feel like it's like this faded thing that has to happen. I feel it's like an extra credit type of situation where you could learn through it. But it's like, you can go either way kind of thing with that. You do have October. You had one card come out, Ace of Wands, new passion, new beginnings, new energy where you're focusing your energy. So you definitely have a new beginning that happens where you're investing your energy um, in a certain direction. So there is this ignition, this beginning that happens. Okay, work from home. Yeah, I thought that said WTF. You're like, wow. I'm like, oh no, that's work from home. So I like that. Coming in here for you for October. Let me see anything else on that here. Well, they got the well. Of course, I asked just for some clarity on the Ace of Wands, and you got Queen of Wands and Four of Wands. More fire, 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 fire. Here, this usually shows up for you anyway. We know that this is you putting forth your fire, putting forth your effort, and here's joy and celebration in coming in here too. Um, in the month of October. So you definitely are, using your magic wand and focusing here. Just don't be afraid to use your intuition and connect with spirit, definitely during the month of October too. Because they are willing to guide you. It's just a matter of asking of your own free will for them to show you signs, right? You don't have to do it all alone. You don't have to try to figure everything out. Take the easier route, and to go, "Hey, spirit, I just need to know. Can you tell me this is this?" And they'll bring you answer like that. You're like, "Oh, okay, very good." So that's what they have for you, love 1, 2, 3, 4. So I like it. Ding, ding, ding. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Mia Mia, you are up next. Hello, dear. So you'd like a general for work and you're looking for a job abroad. All right. So let's take a look here. Any information they have for it here. Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. It's just extra cash, extra credit. All right. So let's take a look here. So Mia Mia, what do we have going on here? All right. All right. I do see it. I do see it. Let's see what else. Nope, that's what they said. That's it. So you've got, right smack in the middle, we start off with the Six of Swords, which is generally they're in a boat and they're going overseas, going across, and it can represent travel over water. So this definitely is here, leaving behind old ways of thinking, moving, to new ways of thinking, and so there is this movement of thought and belief and mindset that allows you for this work abroad. You got the Emperor card, excuse me, which talks to here about you deciding for you. And we talk about the emperor having a lot of advisors in their ear telling him the supposed to's, the shoulds, the need to's, the have to's, the must, blah blah blah. It's getting that out of the mind and following the heart, right? Going, you know what, I'm the emperor. This is what I want, and I'm deciding. I don't let other people decide for me. I'm the emperor of my empire, my life, right? So I stand up, and it's about putting form to your wish and what you decided what you want to do. So it's a matter of going boom, 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 coming in here. And I like that for you. So we've got this beautiful, beautiful um, energy that's coming in here for that, movement forward and movement to a new location. And you have the 10 of cups, emotional wish fulfillment, full and overflowing. So I do feel like this is being nudged by spirit. They're saying, you're, for work and for what you're wanting to do, it's like looking and deciding, I'm going for it. I'm going to do it. I'm starting to clean things out. I'm starting to know what I'm going to put in storage for if I ever come back, or I'm getting rid of everything and selling it all. And I don't know where I'm going to end up, eventually, but I know what I'm going to take with me overseas and go that route, right? So I like this for you, Mia. It's very positive, but definitely step forward. And it's going abroad and going over water for travel and for movement is highly supported with those cards. So I like it. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So many blessings to you, Mia. And then Felicia, a long live stream. Yeah. And for those of you who, and thank you for mentioning that. Um, so I had 2 hours this morning. I didn't get to a ton of free reading. So I did go back on, it was 2 hours before this started. So I did pop on, and I did put the um, link to it in the other one. In fact, I guess I could put it here too. But so if you had it this morning and you had your question this morning, I did get to all the free readings. It just, if it wasn't in the first session, I did it in that second session. It's the one where I'm like this. The picture looks like this, like a rhino or maybe a unicorn. But that's the one. So if you want to check that out, I think I saw a question that was re-asked. Yeah, Sahara Rose. I definitely remember completing yours. So if you check out that video, your answer's there. So you don't have to wait for it. They already answered you there. All right. So Felicia, thank you for mentioning that. And you'd like a general reading for the month of October. All right. And hey, Angelique, you'll be up next. All right. So let's take a look here. You're welcome, Sahara. Don't you like that? It's like you don't have to wait in line. Your package is already waiting. I like it. All right, let's take a look here. So for the month of October for you, Felicia. Well, yeah, I do see here you are making this change in your life here. And let me just do it this way. So you've got the 8 of Pentacles, which shows the movement in the outside world. That is movement like an apprentice becoming a master. It's an assistant manager becoming a manager. It's someone graduating from school. There's this message here that you've been doing the work, and then you have the movement, that comes forward here in the month of October. And you do have here both the Emperor, who is about stepping up, and the Emperor came out a lot here. It's Aries, it's new beginnings, it's deciding what I want and where I'm going, what I'm doing, putting form around it. And you have the Three of Wands, which this information coming through, you actually end up changing and going a different direction than you thought you would in October because of this work and this things start to move in the outside world. You're like, well, I was going to go that way, but I didn't know this would open up as an opportunity and a possibility. And now that it is, this is what I want to do. And it's you changing direction and changing that. And you have the Emperor, which is you stepping up, going, you know what? I'm going to decide what I want to do, and people can't make me do what I don't want to do. And so here you go. There is this change, the opportunities in the outside world that's happening, and you're able to step up. Though is a huge piece of it with the Emperor, because even though they have a lot of people whispering the shoulds, supposed tos, need tos, have tos, and all this opinion, the Emperor's like, thank you, I appreciate everyone telling me what I should do with my life, but I'm going to have to eat it. It's like being at a huge banquet table with a lot of people. uh, it's like at a restaurant, right? And there's this menu, huge menu, and everyone's telling you what you should order. And you're like, I appreciate you guys recommending what's good here, but I have to eat it. So I hope you don't mind. And I don't care if you do. Because I'm gonna have to eat it. I'm ordering what I want. And I feel like this is the kind of energy change that's happening here in October. Just this real, it's my life. I get to live it. You guys don't have to live it. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I just feel like it's a huge step forward with that. So that's what's coming through, Felicia. So many blessings to you. I like it. All right. And Angelique, hello, hello. You were up next and you wanted a love reading. So let's take a look here. Let's see what we got going on here. What does Spirit want you to know about love, 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 love? All right. Wow. You do have, the Magician card in here shows this energy moving forward, this stepping forward, creating opportunities for love. And I don't feel like this is like you waiting and opportunities come to you. With that Magician and the Page of Pentacles, it's like I'm creating opportunities in the outside world. And the combination of these brings in this that I'm not like a I'm not trying to like be on a dating app and or a matchmaker or anything like that. This is about, you know what? I'm the Magician. I have everything I need within me, and I'm going to live my passion. I'm going to step forward and express my passion for life. And it doesn't mean, you know, going and approaching, guys in bars. Hey, I really like you. That's not what I mean. The expression of passion is doing things you love. And when you do things that you love, that's what creates the opportunities, because there's also someone else doing something they love that is what you love. And it's like painting, and you go to a painting class or something, and you're like, next to someone who's also painting. They're like, "Oh, I like how you're doing that. How do you do that?" And you're like that. And you're like, "Well, I like what you're doing there. How did you do that?" And they're like, "Oh, I do this." And you're like, "Cool." And you start this conversation as you guys are painting, and you're just like asking questions. You're like, "Hey, you want to get some coffee?" Yeah. And you just spark through doing something that you love. And that's what I feel like is coming in here. It's about expressing your passion. Do something that you love, and that's what creates opportunities for finding love, but it starts off with being truly sincere of wanting to go do something that you love to do, not going, well, the kind of person I want to meet will do this. That's what I love. You can't fool your heart. Your heart's going to want to do what it wants to do, and that's where you truly meet someone. So I like it. All right, Angelique, that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. We took care of those. And Latoya, I hope you're doing all right there. If not, I don't have that many people. So if you have a question, if you're still here, pop it down below because I have a feeling we're going to get to that here really quick here. Because we answered those, we answered those, we answered those. Yeah, we're down to infinity is one. Hello, hello. So you want to know, are and you going to be able to repair your friendship someday? All right, let's take a look here. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else? Tell me about this stuff right here. Okay. So we've got here, you've got the Six of Wands. And when we have the Six of Wands coming in here, there's this, you know, um, that there's this, equalness here. The Six of Wands is a victory card. So I like that. Can you repair it someday? Yeah, it is definitely possible here. It just takes equal energy being invested, and there's some unknowns here with the high priestess, some things that are going below the surface and back forward and all of that. And so we've got this energy that's in there that has this way of it's just there's some bubbling. And I asked for, like, what is this hidden thing? What's going on below, like behind the scenes? What's at the core here? And there's this Knight of Cups, which is this movement of emotion. There's this movement of things that are, coming in there. And so I don't know if there was um like some feelings that were there, like romantic feelings, either for both wanting the same person or that there was some unspoken attraction that was there. And I just feel like there's something that was coming into play there. And that's what's bubbling below the surface is there's this movement of emotion. There was some feelings that were there. And I feel like that has to be reconciled before that it can be, repaired someday. And I feel like there's just this, when you're talking about reconciliation of those emotions is really what comes into play here. That and I just feel like I feel like you will you like uh I don't know if you're a water sign or if you're a Pisces or Cancer or Scorpio, but I feel like you do your shadow work. I feel like you dive deep. Um or maybe you're a Capricorn rising, Capricorn moon, because I know that Capricorn energy loves to do the shadow work. It's like, yes, because you get the reward. But I feel like you would do it, but I don't know if they will. I just don't know if they are on that part of their journey along far enough where like they would be able to do that other half. Because when I look at the Six of Wands, I'm like, it would have to be three and three, but I don't see it being three and three. I feel like you would do your part, but I don't know if they are able to do their part. And that's where it comes in here is that there's a opportunity for it to happen, but right now it's kind of iffy because where they're at in their life, they haven't made these choices to dive deep. They've been delaying, and not really diving inward. So hopefully that makes sense, Infinity, but that's what's happening. It's like, you know, I'll do my work anyway. And then if they happen to, then it will. If not, say la vie, baby. Um, but that's what's happening. So many blessings to you. And all right, so let's see here. I did get a donation here. So loving life, it looks like loving life, you came in just before. So thank you, Latoya, for your donation. You'll be up next. And so loving life, You wanna know, will you and the Taurus reconcile? I almost thought it was the same one 'cause Latoya, you're talking about Taurus too. What is all this Taurus? Taurus, Taurus. We're going into the Taurus moon. I think we might be in it right now. Let's take a look here. So, loving life. Thank you for your donation, by the way, if I did not say so, or even if I did, thank you again. So, will you and the Taurus reconcile? Oh, you thought the other one, you're like, "Hey, it fits." So let's take a look here. All right. What else? Yeah, you're right. It's like, I'm living a parallel life with infinity. All right, let's take a look here. Well, yeah, I see the great amount of balancing that would have to happen for sure, because you've got got the 6 of Pentacles, and then you've got the 2 of Pentacles, and I'll keep these separate because they came out, there's 2 sets of cards here I'll talk about, but you have got that balance, and then you got three sets of 2, and each of them have a balancing card that comes in here, balancing of these, um, of looking at those, uh, worth and, the tendency to feel like you have to overgive to receive, right? And the 2 of Pentacles is the balancing of things in the outside world, and the King of Cups is about balancing the heart and the mind. So there definitely is a lot of balance, balance, balance that has to happen here. Um, and I understand why you felt like Infinity's reading resonates because I can see how it does definitely ring a ding ding along those same lines because I feel like the judgment card here is like the higher self calling and seeing things from a higher perspective, and really diving deep within, um, our subconscious, this worth, this, giving and receiving, like there's this, we develop our, I call it the rate of love exchange or rate of abundance exchange. I have a Take 10 with Zen videos, episodes 4 and 5. One of them talks specifically about the 6 of Pentacles, which is about going in there and finding our inner child who, when we were younger, had this out of balance rate of exchange taught to it by the people that were important that we wanted love from. We had to give so much to get so little, right? And I feel like you've understood that. You've done your forgiveness, you've done your inner work, your shadow work, and that's what needs to happen because there is this barrier that's created by our little inner child when you don't have that balanced and you have this out of balance, the inner child's keeping track. Like, so for the Taurus, if I don't feel like they've done that inner work, that's why I feel like that is very synchronistic with listening to Infinity's reading because I feel like you've done a lot of that work, and so you're more balanced in that giving and receiving. You no longer feel you have to overgive to receive very little. But their little inner child's going, "Nope, hatch marking. You don't deserve love yet. Nope, you can't have it." And that's where the balance needs to happen within them in order to reconciliation, because otherwise, there's this force field that's keeping you from getting to them and from them getting out. And it's not you. I like it. It's not you. It's them. With that barrier that you felt was there, this energetic, no matter how much you wanted to give and no matter how much they wanted to give love and receive love, they couldn't because of this force field, right? And then with the balancing in the middle, we got the 2 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles here. This is the mother nature, mother nurture type of feel. And I don't know, do they have mother issues? Because I feel like there's this Oh, did they, like, grow up in a household full of women and have a lot of motherly influence? A lot of mothers who weren't their mothers, aunts, grandmas, sisters? I just feel like they have to have this balance of how they feel about nurturing people in their life, because I feel like there's it's out of balance there too, where they just had these feelings that need to get where they don't put that on you. So, I definitely feel like they've got some stuff to work out, definitely here. Therapy would do them a lot of good. You're like, "Amen." But I feel like it would give them a lot of tools and a lot of freedom. I feel for them because they want so much to give and receive love. Um, oh, so yeah, be mama issues then. Yeah, for sure of that they have to reconcile that's there, and the balancing of heart and mind. They definitely have this here with the Four of Swords, peace of mind, getting out of their head from all these fears of being rejected, these fears of not being able to receive love, and that's where this balancing comes in, because they've got that reconciliation to do with the heartbreak they felt in the past that keeps echoing and echoing and echoing. Um, and so that little inner child, that little boy inside of him, or girl, or you said his, so little boy inside that felt abandoned, felt left behind, didn't feel worthy, had to give so much to receive so little, that they're just in this quandary of how can I find love? Because they're not going to be able to find it anywhere, because it's not you. It's not all of his past relationships or any future ones that he would, go for. He's realizing I see a pattern, and I like it that there's, possibly some awareness going on. You're like, possibly some awareness. Let's see. Is he on his path of opening up things? Let me see. Actually, I'm gonna grab one of these enchanted map oracle. Where is he on in his map on his journey with that here? Oh wow. So I like it. He do have the strength card here, card number 44, which the strength card in the major arcana is card number 8, which is them really stepping into it, right? Yeah, right. So this is connecting to their higher self, finding their inner strength, finding their wholeness from within. So it is good. It's an indication that their higher self is very active in their life, drawing them inward and upward, because that's where they find the self love that opens up, because they can't love others or receive love from others more than the extent they love themselves. And that 44 definitely is a power number, where, and again, balance, 4 and 4, very balanced energy. So I feel like they are uh, possibilities are higher than I had anticipated. So I like that. Yeah, and that's all you can do is, when you feel helpless to help others, is all you can do is send them unconditional love and pray for them, and send love energy their way, because they have to find it on their own way. For here, but definitely there is a high possibility with this card coming in. Again, I really love this um, card here, so if I can get it to focus. There we go. Very earthy, right? Very Taurus earth energy. Um, so I like the grounding. So they definitely have this energy that can happen. So I like it. I like it, loving life. So more hope than in for Infinity's reading. Sorry, Infinity. But it's for you. It's like, yeah, that's okay. There's other things to go forward. But it does feel again, it's you know, but I definitely feel like you're doing your inner work, and you're doing your thing. And I feel like they will um get to the point where there's this bling. and they're realizing there's a commonality in every single one of these relationships. It's me. And I feel like they're uh, going to do something about it. So I like that. All right. So many blessings to you again. Thank you again so much for your donation. All right. And Latoya, thank you also for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, and many blessings to you. So let's take a look about your Taurus. What's going on up there? So, how is that Taurus? I was Charles the Taurus, feeling about the breakup, and you're a Gemini. Hey. And is he still with Janelle, the Taurus? Can you hear the echoing of the horns, the bulls fighting each other, echoing through the valley? Two stubborn Taurians. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look here. All right. Now they're still with them. Okay. Well, so let's see what they've got going on there. How are they feeling right now? And are they still, yeah, I feel like they still are. I'll show you here in a sec. Let me just see what's going on here. Well, I'm not sure for how long. Okay. So let's take a look here. So, first of all, how are they feeling about the breakup? So, very much here, kind of pulled back and doing a lot of inner reflection. With the Hermit card coming in, of course, it is this inward, upward, super duper um, taking time for themselves, stepping away from things, trying to understand things. The Sun card by itself would be like, oh, they're happy and they're glowing and everything, right? But not when you put these two together and with the energy that's coming through. Because the Sun card is Leo energy, which is inner child energy. And this reflection here has them doing some super, like I said, super duper inner reflection going on here. So, they are reflecting, they are feeling what's happening here, and it's really caused them to hugely go inward to understand themselves and what's going on. And I feel like the breakup uh, kind of sparked some huge, like, what's happening? It's almost like the feather that breaks the camel's back, as they say. It's like this was something that just was like, okay, this has happened in my life, that's happened in my life, that's happened in my life, and now this too. What is happening? What is wrong with me? What is going on? I just feel like they were walking around with a dark cloud over their life, and this was the lightning bolt that struck their butt to have them go, okay, enough, let's see what's happening. I feel like they've been ignited into this inner reflection. And a lot, the eclipses that we have coming up here, I believe, are Taurus. Is that Taurus? Yeah, the next full moon is a full moon eclipse in Taurus, and I feel like they've got a lot of this, that eclipse energy will take us inward to really look at things, and I feel like they are hugely doing that. I don't feel like they've come to any conclusions, but what I do see here, because your second question really is well related here, because you want to know if they were still with them, and oh wow, and here's the moon energy too. So we've got, I feel like there's still this partnership happening, but this moon energy, this Taurus full moon, it just feels like there is this huge reflection, even though they're like still like with them. I feel like with all this inner reflection, it's like they're there in like body, but they're not there in mind or spirit or the soul kind of thing that's coming in here, because it feels very much they're deep in their emotions again. Wow, 4 major arcana with all of this too so far. So that they're in this huge super duper I keep on saying super duper. That's what the your spirit guides are saying. Super duper, like supersized reflection that's going on here into their emotions. Because we've got even the Seven of Pentacles here, which is this last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So things have kind of like went to really super slow motion, frame by frame. Like if you ever watch a movie and you select it and slow it down, where it's a frame at a time instead of regular speed. That's what I feel is going in their life. And with this Three of Pentacles, they're really on this. Who am I? Uh, I want to be true to my authentic self, but who am I? What's happening here? They have this feeling like they've been trying to be someone else in their life here, and I feel like this breakup again was just like this huge aha for him that just bzzzt, right between the eyes, because the last two cards here are the world, the last card in the major arcana, and the full card that made the first card in the major arcana. So again, huge significant endings, and ending of old cycles, beginning of new cycles, and a beginning of a new adventure, free of a lot of their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets they've had before. And I feel like this is what is being I feel like this is going to be the end result that's coming here. So I don't feel like they're going to end up with that Taurus. I feel like um I feel like they've realizing a lot of stuff, but I don't feel like they just are realizing that, and I feel like this other Taurus was a huge mirror for them as well, and they're just like, you know what, I'm ready for something different and new, and that's what comes in with this significant ending and beginning. They're making a huge change in their life that's coming in here. So that's what's coming in here, Latoya. Hopefully that makes sense. I feel like I want to pull, yeah, well, since we did a map, enchanted map oracle, let's take a look at that too and see what we've got here. What is a happening? Where are they headed? Nope, none of those. Can we know? I know I'm sticking my nose in. Come on. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So there we go again. They're in the deep freeze. So they definitely have this, um, stopping of things. And this is also card 26. Leo energy, the strength card. Since I still have the strength card, this one over here. It's almost like, because that's what usually has a lion with a maiden on it, but the lion is alone and they're in this deep freeze. Let's see if I can get it to focus here. There we go. So they're just frozen, you know, this hermit, this slowness, this frame by frame just feels like their life is just kind of stopped and they're trying to figure things out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, when people are in fear, they do stupid stuff. uh right, because when our little inner child feels unsafe and out of control, it knocks out the brain, it knocks out the intelligent side of us. It doesn't want us to think, it just wants to react and try to feel safe and in control again. So it says a lot of like I said, they do stupid stuff, say stupid things, and that's the condition of the world. That we see a lot of people in fear. We're like, why is everyone acting so crazy? You also have the king of pain yourself, and you do have a divine counterpart that is a beautiful mirror of you, and not to worry, have to go backwards, you know, like you're saying, um, they will do better, but there's no going back. It's only forward, and I feel like who's coming into your life is someone who beautifully reflects your heart, your intelligence. You're like, hallelujah, your awareness, too. So I like that. I like that they brought that in the bottom of the deck there for you. They're like, what's unseen that you don't know is headed your way? And they're like, ooh, look at here. So I like it. Again, thank you for your donation, my dear. Greatly appreciate you. Hang in there. Much love to you. Alrighty. And then Aldona, you are up next here, and you want, yeah, I am doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. You absolutely can have a general reading. Let's see what's going on here. All right, what is happening? Wow. Okay. Well, these came out after I shuffled here. You also got these coming in here. And she got the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles that are coming in. And it's two important people. I don't feel like in this case, this isn't um, you that's mentioned here. You have the devil card. I almost feel like this, I don't say this is mom and dad or two individuals in your life. It's a divine feminine, divine masculine energy. And the devil card coming in here is this shaking and this rattling here. And I feel like there's a lot of importance on external things with these two individuals, because they were basing their worth on who they were with, what money they had, what position they held. It's like a lot of this stuff in the outside world that was coming in, and and I feel like they had such a strong emphasis on it so much, but that you don't agree with that, right? I feel like you're like, ugh. And that's where this devil energy coming in. It's Saturn Capricorn energy of challenging the status quo of all these beliefs that you've had growing up, and they've been influencing you, and you've been whittling them away. And it's okay. This is happening on purpose. You're having a lot of situations that have been coming up and will continue coming up that are challenging, that this is what a life is supposed to be. All of these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you've had here that really were emphasized by, these two individuals. And there's this great freedom that comes here, because when we do the work with this devil Saturn energy, we get the reward too, which is usually the freedom of not being in a cage anymore, because it's like this rattling of a cage that shows us what our beliefs are, and it brings it to the surface so we can be like, oh, didn't realize how my heart was in this cage, but there's a door in the back that's always been open and unlocked, that the heart can always leave it. But it's like, ah, okay. um you know so just know that with all this stuff that's happening, that has been happening in your life, that's going to continue to happen for a little bit in your life, is for you to be aware of these things, because otherwise we're just kind of running on autopilot until we get a little hand in our face going no, and we're like, what is this? And they're like, oh, you have something written on there, what does that say? Oh, oh, this belief I've had. Didn't even realize that that was running behind the scenes and below the surface. But it's coming up for you to transform it and to change it, to free yourself from it so you can truly live, instead of kind of feeling like you're existing, trying to be on this endless search of filling up your worth by these outside world things that you were taught are supposed to fill you up. So that's what I feel is coming in for you, Aldona. Hopefully that resonates. But that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And then Lisa, hey, will you get the advisor position with the E company? All right. So based on current energies, What is unfolding? What does spirit want you to know here? Okay. Okay. I get you. I get you. So you do have the magician card coming in here, and this has been coming up quite a bit, but it does talk about it all depends upon your energy. Are you focusing on what you're grateful for or focusing on what you fear, right? Because on one hand, let me just do it this way. See if I can do this. We'll try my best. All right. So you've got the magician, you got two choices. And you got the choices of this solid foundation that feels like home, that feels very secure and in the outside world, right? And then over here you have the death of the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is, basically the nightmare and insomnia card, which is a lot of our thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love, the fears of failure, all this stuff, right? And that's like there's this, we can choose the fears, is it going to kill me? Or we can focus in on this beautiful home, secure energy of the outside world, right? Of this solid foundation there. And it's like, it's very highly probable that you can because of this solid foundation. But the obstacle is that we're taught to focus on our fears, focusing on what if I don't get it? What if this? What if that? What if that? Right. And instead of having focus on our what we're grateful for what we do have in our life, focusing on joy, celebration, unconditional love, all of that, we point at what we want in our life, and then we're brought more of that. Like attracts like, and I feel like with that magician, it's all about manifestation in a way of, and it's not about doing anything extra besides keep reminding yourself to be grateful for what you do have in your life and for the positions that you have, and that for what is for your highest experience unfolding. And I feel like that's very solid here. um, but these fears are bubbling over there, right? And that's what we're taught. Our tendency is to focus on what we fear won't be in our life, what we'll lose, what will people think, and blah blah blah, and all this stuff, instead of kind of being in this place of gratitude and joy, which brings, we're telling the universe, I want more things to be grateful for and joyful for. And the spirit's like, all right, here we go, and it brings things our way. So being aware of the energy where we're investing. I talk about, I haven't talked about it a lot. I think I over talked about it. But this beautiful thing called a cell phone has this wonderful thing on it, which is an alarm, and you can set the alarm to go off every 30 minutes or every waking hour, and just call it gratitude. And because we get sucked into our fears so easily, and it's our habit, when we change our habit to focusing on gratitude, we draw in more of that. So wherever we're focusing our energy is what comes in. So I do feel like the energy now that they're saying, oh, it's not solid either way yet, but whatever you focus on is what you'll draw to you. So there is a high possibility, because I feel like you're a go-getter, you take things and run with it. And so I feel like this is what that you'll draw it to you. But just be aware of those fears, and anything you can do to keep your mind off of fearing and on joy and celebration and gratitude will help. So I like that for you, Lisa. That's what they have for you right now. All right. And Spiritual Journey Tarot. Hello, hello. And you want to know, can you ask what's Braylon's next actions towards you? All right. Let's take a look here and see what's up. What is up with Braylon? All right. All right. What else? What else? What else? Okay. So let's take a look here. Yeah, I just kind of feel like with this, I don't know why I say kind of feel like. I feel like here the 6 of swords is this movement of old ways of thinking, new ways of thinking, and the King of Wands has a lot of energy of go, 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 go. I feel like their next actions towards you, I almost feel like they're moving away and not like away from you, just away, like to a new city, a new location. It just feels very like there's this opportunity that's coming up that they're just like, I'd be a fool not to do this. Boom, I'm going. And I feel like they're just leaving everything behind. And it could even be overseas. The Six of Swords can be over water movement, but definitely there's this movement, movement, movement. But I feel it's away because even before I looked at these other two cards, I felt like because they gave me two extra, I'm like, well, if this, so what are these then? And they're like, well, this is what is coming your way. And so it's like they are headed off in a different direction. But you do get the star card. You get this Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities, and something new opening up in the outside world, something that feels like a dream come true, a true dream come true, even more so. You know, if you thought, well, Braylon, if me being with Braylon would make me feel like my dreams come true, no. Not when you meet this person. You're gonna be like, "Whoa, was I lowering my bar?" Not to anything against Braylon, but it just feels like, wow, I didn't realize how, I had, allowed myself to settle in a way, to be like, well, if they're breathing, and I'm just kidding, it's not that bad, but it's like, I just feel like there's this tower type of moment where, they are being moved out of your life on purpose for a purpose to take them where they're going. But I feel like you're okay with it because what comes next in your life is like, whoa, it's just the experiences you have in this journey that you've had with Braylon have really allowed you to grow and see things from different perspectives, and you don't realize, how you've changed and how what you got used to thinking was what you wanted and what would fulfill you and what would make you feel certain things. It's like boom, we've have this change coming in here, that's coming in. Yeah, right? It's just like there's something here that's yeah, exactly. It's just um you've changed and they haven't. It reminds me, and here's this little emoji that I created for my members here. So here's a little uh butterfly with that's carrying a caterpillar. And the story behind that is, you know, two caterpillars are like, hey, we're going to go into our cocoons. We're going to evolve into butterflies. And then, oh my gosh, the places we're going to go and do. And so you jump into your cocoon and you go through this, process of, you know, becoming caterpillar juice, letting things go, transforming, struggling to get out of the cocoon, and you get out of the cocoon and you're this butterfly and you're like, "Psh," and you look around for another butterfly and all you see is this extremely large caterpillar who the whole time you've been converting and transforming, they just been eating more leaves and becoming a bigger caterpillar. And you're like, okay, so what happened here? And they're like, well, it seems like a lot of work. And so I just decided I saw these leaves and I started eating. I just haven't stopped. And you're like, well, there's a problem here. Bigger ale. Yeah, right. And you're just like, Um, I can't go into a cocoon and undo, and I don't want to. and I'm not carrying you, because that's the butterfly carrying. I'm like, you never see a butterfly carrying a caterpillar, and it's like I'm not, I'm I got to go do butterfly things, and you get to stay and do caterpillar things, and that's what I feel. Kind of this is about, right? So that's what's happening. That's what I'm getting through here for you, spiritual journey. That you're evolving and coming out as this butterfly, and you gotta go. You can't walk along. You don't see butterflies walking along with a bunch of caterpillars going, well, what I got to do, I'm going to walk. I'm not going to use my wings. They're like, no, butterflies got to fly. So that's what I feel is happening. You're very welcome. Hang in there. All right. Yeah, Infinity. I did complete yours. You were probably what, 3 or 4 or 5 ago. You were right before loving life. So it was a little bit ago. Yeah, spiritual journey. It feels like, with that King of Wands and the Six of Swords is they're being drawn for this new thing, and there's an opportunity I just can't pass up. And I don't feel like it's a person. I felt like the energy felt like opportunity of a thing, of a job, of a education, or it's like their dream. Like, oh my gosh, this is something I've wanted to do forever, and I got to do it. And you're like, bye. In fact, you're searching on the internet. What is his dream? Let me find a school far away. No, I'm just kidding. But that's what's coming in. You're welcome, Infinity. All right. And then JJJ, you are up next. All right. and and then Momo, you'll be up next. So we're doing good here on time. So spirit message for you, JJJ. Let's take a look here. In fact, I think being drawn here. What do we want to look at? Ooh, gateway. So I'm going to pull a gateway oracle here for you. Let's see what spirit has. All right. Wow. I like this. You've got mending bridges. And it says, I heal rifts. I am a mender. So let's see what I want you to know here. So the card meaning here talks about healing old wounds with respect to people and situations. Carefully do whatever you feel is necessary to make amends. You are a mender. Help others mend bridges in their lives. Mm. And then the universe wants you to know, so your message from spirit, there are times to drop everything and leave, and there are also times to carefully mend bridges with people, situations, and places. This is one of those healing times. Maybe there is a wound inside of you that needs to be forgiven or accepted. Transform the inner grievance. Do it now, for you no longer need to carry it with you. Perhaps there is a person from your past with whom you, it says should reconnect. I always say could, who you could reconnect with. You know what you need to do, but take action now. And questions you can ask yourself: if there was an area of my life that needed mending, what might it be? What is the first step I need to take toward resolving a current rift I have with someone? And could this card represent something within myself that I need to give attention to or mend? So, some great questions. I like that. There's this freedom, this healing that comes with here. And in mending your own bridges, it helps you help others mend their bridges too, bridges between others, right? So, I like that for you, JJJ. That's what's coming in for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Momo, you want to ask, will you get over your anxiety anytime soon? You feel like everything you built in your life is now destroyed. Oh, wow. It's an amazing time of your life. I know it feels like, oh my gosh, but what a great, um, having everything cleared off the table allows you to decide, okay, I am now going to recreate my life. And instead of just duplicating what you had before, you can thoughtfully and intentionally decide what you want your life to be now, right? And it's like a caterpillar who dissolves to be able to become a butterfly. The old has to kind of fall away because otherwise it won't be able to fly with a big caterpillar body. It would take some big hunking wings, but it has to let a lot of its past go to be light enough to be able to have the wings flutter and take them. If you hold a butterfly one hand and a caterpillar in another, you definitely feel the weight of the caterpillar, but the lightness of the butterfly, right? But let's take a look here. I'm just going to refresh the cards here. Let's see what we got here. You know, so you've got the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is someone who's very highly intuitive, very connected to the spirit world, right? And deep, deep diver of emotion. So she's the master of emotion. And so that tells me that, yeah, your anxiety um, will transform because there's this knowingness that you can connect with, right? Knowing that whatever is happening in your life, even though sometimes it's hard to see it in the moment, is happening for us. And there's this transformation, trusting your connection with the spirit realm, allowing yourself to see things in a different way, with this energy here too. The anxiety is, of course, fear, if we call it what it is. Every moment is either a fear or of unconditional love. It's that higher energy or this lower vibrational energy. And we're caught and sucked into fear when our inner child feels unsafe or out of control. Obviously, when you feel like everything is falling down around you, your inner child is sounding the alarms and whoop, 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 and it's like, oh my gosh, um, but eventually, deep breathing, coming back to this moment, we're able to see things more clearly, right? And really, what we have going on here with this Knight of Pentacles, this is a quest for self worth, right? And this is the journey that you're on. You're questing to find your relation of your worth to the outside world in a different way, and that's what the knight finds out in their quest. And you have the Ace of Pentacles here too, which is you finding your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. And when you combine all of this together, it's like there's this awareness that happens throughout the Pentacle suit, where we realize when we're taught to define our worth by the outside world, we feel unstable, right? Because we're told look in three different areas: relationships of all kinds, situations like jobs and education, social status, situations we can get in, and things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions. And when we find that we're looking in all of these three different areas of our life, we've got this aha that comes about because when we realize that all of these things are unstable, that's why I feel unstable because I'm putting my worth on them, right? People, relationships, like I said, can be romantic, it can be family, it can be friends, it can be work, it could be whatever. But people are unstable. you know, humans are unstable. We'll put it that way. They change, they pass away, or they walk away. And so relationships are unstable. They're not for forever. With that human, they're not for forever because the human ends, right? And then we've got, situations, jobs, education, all that stuff never stays the same. So that's unstable. And things, our bank accounts, our possessions, our bodies break down, blow up, burn down, stolen, deteriorate, right? So we realize that all of the stuff we've been taught to define ourselves by is unstable. And eventually we reach a point which I know feels very scary right now, but it's a huge transformational time in your life where you will turn inward and upward to find the only stable thing that we have in this life, which is the unconditional, eternal love from the spirit realm. And when we define ourselves by that, then we get this solid foundation of our worth. And then the whole world changes because instead of it falling short and always disappointing us, with us finding this huge fulfillment inside, we fill up and overflow, and we realize the world is above and beyond extra. So it goes from a place of lack and disappointment to this place of gratitude and overflowing and extraness, right? So I feel like that is what is coming in here. And I feel like as you realize that, and you realize it's a wonderful time for you to reform your life and your worth in relationship to what the outside world is and what you're finding on the inside. It does transform you. And, that Queen of Cups is all about connecting to the spirit world, your higher self, your spiritual posse. You're not alone in this. You've got your guardian angel, your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, a whole slew of beings of unconditional love and light that are around you, supporting you through what you're going through. So um, hang in there, Momo, and hopefully that helps. But that's what they have for you, just letting you know why it's happening and that it's okay. Every human goes through it. We eventually have this, like the outside world is totally a disappointment because it can't bring us what we're looking for on the inside. We can only find that in here. It's like a 10-course meal with 2 desserts. That's what our heart wants. Once this 10-course delicious meal with 2 comes with 2 desserts, but all the outside world can offer us is a dessert bar of 3rd dessert, 4th dessert, 5th dessert. And that's why it's always disappointing till we find what we need on the inside. Then we feel full. We can always make room for more dessert. So we'll like, yeah, bring 3rd dessert, 4th dessert, 5th dessert, but it's not going to, destroy me if someone refuses suddenly to give me 7th dessert. Like, no, I'm not going to give it to you after all. You're like, that's okay. I'm like up to here on dessert, so I'm good. It's not going to devastate us, right? So much love to you, Momo. Hang in there, and that's what they have for you right now. All right. All right. Hey, Julia. Hello, hello, praying mantis member. And Julia is the one I mentioned that gifted me these beautiful cards. So thank you so much. I'm loving them. And I did have a donation come through from Amy. Thank you so much, Amy, for your donation. And I want to know what are Leo's next steps towards you. So let's take a look here and see what is coming in here. All right. So what is going on here with this Leo, huh? All right. Well, it feels like we've got 1 card and then 2 cards and then 3 cards. We'll see what these is, but it just has this feeling of slow progression. So let's take a look what they've got going on here. Okay. And then what are these? All right. So in Leo, wonderful form and not dissing any Leos. But they're having their passion um, burn them a little bit. I guess we could say, because we got the Two of Swords, so they've got this inner conflict that's going on between their head and their heart. So whatever this air energy that they have in their life, very much going, "What about? What about? What about? What about? What about?" But then they have their heart that's going, "I want to love. I want to love. I want to love." And we know with Leo, beautiful fire energy, they're going to leap like a lion, and so they will do that. They're just trying to get beyond some of their heady stuff. And that Five of Wands, their inner fire conflict that's going on, is transforming. And the Page of Cups is like offering a higher love, a higher emotion that comes in here. So they've got these passions igniting, but there's this heartfulness that's also going to be coming forward here. Um, it's not going to look it's not gonna look like you think it's gonna look, though. And you're Amy, you're going, "Oh, I know that, right?" Because with these other cards here, they've gotta be true to their authentic selves here, and they really stand on their own, um, and the battle what they have is the lower expression of Leo wants to be seen. I've got to be seen. I've got to be, stand out. I gotta, I've got to have this attention, right? That's the lower expression of Leo energy. Higher expression is that they want to be seen to positively impact and, higher kind of energetic things. And I feel like there's somewhere in between that with the Three of Pentacles. They understand, okay, I know my vanity of my earlier life and of what I wanted to be seen and heard and blah, blah, blah. But now they're in this place of like, but I don't want to have to do what I think everyone wants me to do in order to be seen. I want to be seen for me. And there's this energy that's coming in here. And I feel like they've been working on that. And I feel like that's what's kind of been taking them off guard a little bit here. But they've been doing the work here with the Eight of Pentacles, so they are putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears in their transformation. And they're getting to this point here with the Seven of Wands about, again, this Three of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands is about standing in being true to myself, standing my ground, but also being in the spotlight. And that's what we have all this unfolding here is there's all this work, all this stuff going on. They will have this progression happening here, and that allows them to move forward in their life and forward in things where they've been held back before. So they're figuring this out, how they can make this happen, and then, things move forward like relationship wise about interest but I feel like they have to understand who they are and what they want first. And this is coming forward, right? It's like it just feels like whirlwind of thought and feeling and passion and drive and all of this that's happening, but um it's necessary, I guess is a good way to say it, because this Eight of Pentacles, it has to happen for them to be able to move forward because it's been with all these beaks, it's been something in their craw, right? They just can't get it, couldn't get it out, couldn't get past it. But it's all this stuff necessary to happen for them to go, all right, I'm going to be me. And they take this brave step forward. And I really feel here with this energy coming in that you are someone who supports them a lot in them being true to their authentic self. I don't feel like you try to change them, and I feel like you support them sometimes at the cost of your own self, right? But I feel like you're a huge supporter for them. Um, but there's this inner conflict, yeah, that has to be let go of because they've got. Even though I'm pushing for more information, they're like Five of Swords, Ten of Swords, inner mental conflict, ending of expectations. They're just tired of trying to be. who they think everyone wants them to be. They've got all this stuff in their head and they're trying to be free of this fear suppression they've had from the past. And then that allows them to move forward as them, that true them. But like I said, but it's not going to look like the way that you think it's going to look like. You're going to be like, wow, that's interesting. Okay. All right. Let me ponder that. Because I feel like it's also going to shake some of your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and some maybe mental cages that you might have your brain in. Right. But that's what I feel is coming forward here. I feel like the next steps are a lot for themselves, but that Eight of Pentacles does show things transform and things move forward, but they're gonna need to take things like this way. And if you're not willing to go with that, then I feel like it'll be up to you whether you're like, you know what? All right, let's give it a try. Let's see how this looks, how this feels, how this unfolds. It's definitely shaking some of my expectations, but really, what do I want? And I feel like that's what happens. And you can either fly with them or you can be like, yeah, I'm out. And I like this because there's freedom in either way. It's going to be a win-win because you're either going to go, you know what, I'm going to uh, challenge some of my beliefs. I'm going to do this, or you're like, go ahead and go on. You go do your thing, but you're still going to learn from it and grow from it, and you're going to choose a direction for yourself as well. So that's what's coming in, Amy. Hopefully that resonates and makes sense for you. But that's what they have. So thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then Sudeshni, you were up next, I believe, here. Yes. And so how does D feel after you blocked him? Huh. Let's take a look. All right. So how does D feel after you blocked him? Okay. Wow. Three major arcana came out. And we've got here the magician card, which is this energy and this fire. Um, I just feel like world card is ending of old cycles, new beginnings. The magician card's number one. Um, so I just feel like they are like so fast in moving here. It's like I don't feel with these cards that they do currently in their life, do they do a whole lot of inner reflection. They are fast to move on to new things because they don't want to think. It's like if your dog dies, you get a new puppy, like same day. They don't go, I don't want to mourn the old dog. I want to focus on the new puppy. And I feel like that's what they do. They just move on to something new. So it's like they feel like after you block them, they're like, okay, well, I'm on to this next thing. I don't feel like they look a lot backward. They don't want to think about things. It's like someone trying to outrun a train and they're like, I don't want to stop and think because I'm going to get hit by this train of all these experiences and this pain and stuff that I've been stuffing for years. Whatever you do, don't open that closet door. You know, that kind of thing that's coming on here. So it's not personal with you. They do it with everything in their life. They just move on to the next, move on to the next. Like they get fired. Okay, new job. Well, why did you get fired? No, new job. I'm focused on my new job. Don't want to think about it. Oh, got fired again. Oh, let me just. I don't care that I've been fired from 10 jobs in a year. I'm going on to the next job. Well, maybe you want to stop and reflect. No, no reflection. So that's what I feel is coming in here, and it just feels like that's the pattern of their life up to this point. They're not going to be able to do that for forever, but I wouldn't invest a whole lot of energy in what they're thinking because they're not um, reflecting. They're just what's next, type of energy. So that's what's coming in, Sudeshni. So Hang in there. I feel like it's healthy that what you did, you're just like, "Yeah, you know what? I need to choose for me." And I feel like that's a healthy choice for you because it's like, "Yeah, but what did you learn?" It didn't happen by accident. The universe didn't go, pouring this, "Oops, I overspilled, and Sudeshni got some that they weren't supposed to." No, they were there, a mirror for you to show you some things you wanted to see about yourself, but they weren't, like a long-term mirror. They were like a temporary thing for you to see. Uh, this is what triggers came up. When I look at them, what do I see about me? It's like, "Okay, I see it." So that's what they have for you, Sudeshni. So many blessings to you. Absolutely. Very good. All right. Hey, VD Jalan. Hello, hello. And what message does your grandfather have for you? All right. Let's take a look here. And I feel like I want to pull from the return. Nope. Er, Grandpapa wants Oracle of the Seven Energies. So let's take a look here. I don't know if you've been seeing rainbows, they just want to point that out to you too. And let's take a look here. What does your grandpapa, I don't know why they want to say it that way. Grandpapa. What do they want to tell you? All right. Mm, beautiful card. Card number 14, if that means anything for you. Try to get a clearer picture here. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Well, it's about as clear as it's going to get, it appears. So beautiful uncaging. And this is energy with this card is about the prison of guilt, a need for self inventory, rigorous honesty, accountability, and making amends. It says at this time, you're being called to assess where guilt is playing a part in your life, recognize how it's affecting you and others, and address it so you can release yourself from its grip. Guilt is a powerful emotional state capable of transforming difficult situations. It keeps you accountable for your actions when you've done something that causes harm. However, it can also feed a self sabotaging cycle that fosters codependency and a distorted sense of personal power. Self blame can lead to behaviors that perpetuate low self worth. Have you done or said something for which you need to make amends? Have you disregarded a boundary or broken a promise? Guilt can make you aware of potential ways you've given injury and show you how to redress the transgression. When you sincerely admit that you're wrong and begin the process to fix it, this is an act of accountability, responsibility, and liberation. Take a moment now to consider when you have harmed others or yourself. And this knowledge will free you from the story you tell about it so you're able to connect with truthful remorse. Now is the time for rigorous honesty as you take a self inventory with a neutral state of mind. A good question to ask yourself now is, why is the guilt even there? You might be taking on a burden that is not even yours to carry. I was waiting for that message because that's what I feel he's telling you is you've taken on a burden that is not yours to carry. Pay attention, take action, and uncage yourself from the prison of your own making. So whatever the guilt is, whatever you feel guilty about, or you have fears of, oh, I'm going to let someone down, or I've let someone down, uh, grandpapa is saying, release yourself from that cage. You cannot control anyone else's emotions, anyone else's decisions. Yeah, we can make it harder or easier for people to choose fear or unconditional love, but y- you know um they ultimately make their choice. You're the only one that can choose for you, and they're the only ones that can choose for them. And I feel like your grandfather, your grandpapa, is saying you can only be responsible for you. So let all this guilt go. Let this restriction, this cage that you have around your heart, release yourself from it. You are the key that opens up the door. And in fact, the door is not even locked. you know, there's this freedom that comes forward. Actually, the key is already in the lock. I didn't even see that there. And you can see that there's someone there, an angel. Look at there he is in your heart, helping you unlock your heart to set yourself free. See if I can get even closer. See if you can see that. Oh, there he is. It even looks like your grandpapa. Let's see if I can hold it still here. Come on. I don't know if it's going to be any clearer. Sorry if that's freaking out anyone's eyes. There it comes. There it is. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. He's got glasses on. I love it. So that's what they have for you, VD. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. And Sudeshni, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And you want to know, will N change anytime soon? Break away from addiction. You also break away from the. Okay. Let's take a look here. Let me shuffle, shuffle, shuffle here. And I'm going to be on for about 8 more minutes. So I think I got through everyone. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. Don't forget to, if you haven't entered the monthly drawing, let me just pop that in here real quick. Be sure to check out this video because it talks about the 3 ways that you can get into the drawings. And I'll be doing those tomorrow. Can you believe tomorrow's October 1st? My goodness. All right. So let's talk about what's going on with current energies with N. What is happening here? Okay. I did want that one. And that's what's unseen. Okay. Anything else? Nope. All right. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So we've got the judgment. I didn't mean that. That was a heavy sigh. Sorry. They just have a lot of heaviness. Excuse me. We've got the hanged man, not the hanged man. We got the judgment card first. Major arcana, higher self, pulling them to this higher place, allowing them to see things differently. So they're beginning this change. Their higher self is it's like it's like their higher self is telling you it's okay. You don't have to feel any responsibility or any connection. I got it. This is my life. I chose this path. Things are unfolding. Just know that I'm working on the connection with this character of N with their higher self. They're like, I'm drawing him in the direction. And so he's in the perfect place for what I wanted to experience. And I like this release. It's like there's this leaf, just let it fall, let it go, because the sun is rising. Things are going to change. And we've got the hanged man coming in here too, which is this, of course, this seeing things from a different perspective and this transformation, like usually it looks more like a cocoon where it's, someone who is in this process of change and transformation. But, it is slow with the Knight of Pentacles. They are on this quest for seeing their worth and relationship to the outside world in a different way, but it's the slowest night out of them all. So it's a very slow, arduous process that's happening, which happens with the cocoon, right? They don't turn overnight from a caterpillar to a butterfly. It takes time for things to fall away and for them to transform. But, So I feel like their higher self is telling you, try not to have any guilt or any feel responsible for this tower stuff that's happened in their life because they're having things ripped away from their life, ripped away and moved out of their life for them so that it's going to create space for them for a transformation. You know, the 10 of Pentacles coming into normally is about abundance, but with this tower, because it came out with the tower, it is about this things, endings and beginnings happening in their outside world. So it does, that's what happens to the caterpillar. The caterpillar's world is destroyed because they even lose the outside lining of their body to become soup. They just lose who they are to be reformed into something brand new. It's like the military, at least the United States military, they, break down the person's ego to rebuild them into the soldier, right? Yeah. And they have it here. It's unfolding. They've got the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands. This energy is changing. It's not happening by accident. They do have this new beginning that will start and step by step. They will go through this, but it's going to be a long, arduous process. So, um, I like the let it go, like a tree lets go of a leaf, right? Yeah, yeah. Because we've got the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities opening up in the outside world, the Five of Cups, letting go of the emotions there, and the Eight of Cups is, again, both of these, all this energy is for you, letting you know it's okay for you to let go of this. You're making a choice to, Eight of Cups is leaving behind the emotions and relationships that don't longer serve you because you've got this new opportunity that's opening up in the outside world. So it's okay. It's this is from their higher self. It's okay that we knew this before we came down here that it would be this and that you know, walking away or, you know, ending and breaking from the friendship, the relationship, everything around it would be a huge spark for them to be able to, you're basically helping out their higher self, to, they need to be alone. They need to be in this space to where they'll make that change. And so don't worry. Like they're like, it's okay to walk away and don't even turn around. Just don't turn around. Just keep going. That's their higher self. So I like that they're saying, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you definitely mirrored and were what they needed for that timing, but I feel like it is supported here about stepping away now, um, for sure. So that is what is coming in. So thank you again for your donation and for the strength to do that. I know it's difficult with your huge heart, but you did the right thing, and it's supported by their higher self. So I like it. I like that they're saying, "Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it." Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you again for your donation. I'm going to head off and join my praying mantis session here that'll be starting here in about 5 minutes. So if you want to join us over there, you can. You just need to become a praying mantis member at $7.99 a month. You get access to all of the sessions that I have after my free readings. It's strictly for the praying mantis members. We pull cards, we talk about spirit, we have a Q&A on Thursday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time. And you have also advanced access to all of my Monday videos, my Take 10 with Zen, and my pick a cards, which I record a week in advance. So you have advanced access to all that too. So if you're interested, all that information's down in the description box. If not, if this is where we leave you for this evening, and you want some more, you can check out this Moon Day Monday from this last week that talks about the energy of the week of the moons and the Aries full moon too. And oh, perfect. Like this one here, the Take 10 with Zen, which this week was about toxic them or toxic me. Dijona, thank you for your again for your question. It was a great one. I loved what that came through. And I'm so glad, Sudeshni. Hopefully you're enjoying those. And then also, here is the pick a card from this week, which focused in on the Aries super full moon. And in the energy can affect us for the next 3 to 6 months. So if you check out that pick a card, it also has some information there. And I already talked a little, I posted the monthly drawing. So make sure to enter that if you have not, if you're interested in getting into the drawings. And then I have 50% off for the rest of the year because I love you guys, off of my personal recorded readings, my Hedge of Peace and Love, and my Wishing Upon a Star Astro readings. And the pre-recorded readings, what that is you send me your questions, and I record a video of the answers, pulling the cards, and then I upload it to YouTube, and has a private link that I give you, and then you have access to it, and you can watch it as many times as you want. Like a 15-minute pre-recorded personal reading is like $5 right now, and all that information, all the pricings in the description box of the video. So if you want to check it out, that's where it's at. I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. I am here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and then Friday and Saturday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time. So I'll be back tomorrow if you're interested. Till then, just know each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, have a great rest of your night or day, wherever you're at in the world. We'll see you soon. Until then, so much love to you. You guys hang in there and you take care. We'll see you. Bye, Sudeshni.